I want to share something big that I'm so proud of, and it's about how you and your company can get noticed. So my name is Kwesi Johnson, and I get people to pay attention to you and your business using storytelling, creative technology, art, business, and above all, purpose. So the project I'm going to share with you will increase engagement, footfall in designated areas, and enable art, community, and business collaborations. Now, if you're interested to see how we do this, keep watching. So we created an augmented reality art and performance trail in 2019 called Up My Street, UMS, with the objective to help artists and ethical businesses gain attention. Now, we use the concept to design, develop, and implement a branded immersive experience called Neighborhood Leap for Amphibian Theatre in Fort Worth, Texas, which celebrated its launch yesterday. So before we go any further, to make the rest of the video clearer, I'll spend 30 seconds explaining and showing you what augmented reality is, AR. So AR is where a digital layer of content is placed on the physical environment around you. This is viewed through a smartphone or smart glasses. For example, in UMS, we bring users to a wall where they use their phone to break the wall apart and reveal an image, music, and dance. We can reveal logos, slogans, and video, or this concept of creating an interactive and collective AR art experience. Both amazing concepts for engagement, and guess what? No planning permission needed. So with UMS, we created an immersive design to enable companies to conceptualize and drop in their own digital content to grab the attention and engage people's imagination. So we started talking about it in August 2020, and through several lockdowns, Amphibian raised the resources they needed, and they did that pretty quickly, to be honest. So if you're a private company with a marketing and engagement budget, it's going to be a lot quicker. Also bear in mind that Amphibian had no experience of how any of this works, but loved the idea of creating something that was purpose driven for their community that could bring in some additional income streams into the theatre. So we supported and collaborated with them and helping them to think out of the box. At first they wanted to charge for the app, but that's never a good idea when you're launching. So they took our advice and agreed they needed to get it out there so the community can experience it and businesses can see the increased engagement from the footfall. Then you can go to the local businesses to sponsor new artistic iterations and sections. That's the beauty of this tool, because the content is changeable. You can curate art and businesses to include promotions and offers, and even gamify the experience over a limited period of time. It's part of an event or a season. It's a win-win-win. So our immersive design tool enables the art, the creativity, the community to experience conscious and purpose-driven activity. So here are the bullet points of the stages we took them through, so you can decide whether it's for you or not. So number one, we discuss the objectives and purpose. So an experience like this is so important to have a theme or a purpose, or it becomes a series of technical tricks. Now this doesn't really move people. Technical tricks are a bit soulless. You have to make people feel something. So, quote, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." That's by Maya Angelou. That's why purpose is key, and we help you find your purpose because of our storytelling background in theatre, film, and dance. Step two, illustrating what's possible. So we can translate ideas into augmented reality, and what we've done with UMS. Now, because a lot of people don't have the experience with augmented reality, there's a need to explain what is possible. And I would say that 95% of ideas are possible because we aren't bound by the laws of the universe, because we're creating our own. Step three, commissioning artists. Again, an interesting process, because if an artist doesn't understand the concept of the possibilities of augmented reality, there's some education about what is possible. And we needed to let them know that they didn't need to be digital artists. We do the digitizing. We really wanted local artists to have an input on how and where their work was shared. So a call out to artists was created. The best part of this is when the light goes on for an artist, when they realize outside this commissioning process, they don't need permission or to be chosen to show their work in public and potentially reach thousands with their art appearing on the sides of buildings or along pavements and sidewalks. It's a beautiful concept to give artists the creative freedom that they crave, but also do some good in their community. So if you're an artist that solves problems with your work, you'll never be out of work. That's what we aim to do, is to help artists and businesses come together to solve problems. Amphibian also used existing murals in the area as activations to highlight more artists. So artists, location, purpose, narrative, we had most of the ingredients. However, advising the artists where they could locate their work to enhance the feeling that they wanted people to experience. Now, we use this in theatre and film all the time because the setting is key. Now, because the art's work is no longer in a gallery, the environment affects the output. Step 5. So offering local businesses the opportunity to feature in the app. So often this is a difficult concept to deliver because it's stretched businesses who need evidence that this new concept will be good value for money for their marketing spend. So this stage is about raising awareness so they can see the effect the trail has on the area with bringing extra footfall. Some adventurers are smart, they get in early. And now if you have a dedicated sales and marketing team to focus on this, you'll be fine. Step 6. Building the experience. So then we start building the app based on all the information we have so far, but understanding there will be changes once the concepts are tested in the real world. It's inevitable. Things will change at this stage. Step 7. Testing. Bug fixing is often a challenge because one has the weeks and months in the palm of their hand and some things just don't work. Have you ever been frustrated with a printer? Yes. So we're dealing with complex line of codes where a missing comma will make an effect not work. So we need patience and time. It's so close, but it can be so frustrating. However, the rewards are phenomenal. Now, if you don't have a team in place at this stage, we can come to you, your location to finish and put the final touches together, or recruit a local team to help iron out those last bugs. 8. Launch. This is where you can sing and dance about your immersive experience. Again, if you have a marketing team in place, you have all the assets to do your thing and promote and launch. Now, if not, we can help with the marketing and the launch. Step 9. To conclude, Amphibian Stage were brave because they didn't know anything about augmented reality, but they could see the advantage of having something that was creative, that could benefit their area as a result, and became the heroes. And the priceless press coverage that they were receiving is unbelievable. So this reminds me that if you want to be extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary things. Number 10, the best thing about On My Street is that it creates an immersive, evergreen experience, giving local artists, the community and businesses opportunities to grow and get noticed. For any location, this is golden. Now, in the Western world, so many town centres and high streets are suffering because people don't come to shop in town anymore, especially if there are no shops open. Free parking and bunting used to work, but if there's nothing there, why would anyone want to come to park their car for free? Town and city centres that are suffering from plummeting footfall numbers and empty shops, they need to reinvent the high street experience soon. They're never going to compete with a monster of online shopping. The key is not competing, it's to create. High streets need to be smart and recreate themselves, bringing people to experience things that they cannot experience online, and that's going to save them, but it takes bravery and vision. Successful commercial zones of the future will be judged on the amount of quality time people spend rather than the money they spend. How are you going to contribute to the well-being of your community and their pride of place? You could share this video with someone who might have some influence and bring UMS to a place near you. Now, if you're a decision maker and interested in creating something for your location, get in touch because we're here to help you design its future.